Hello, fabulous Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope for the year of 2015 Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is an important year for you in the context of love, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the ruling planet of your opposite sign, which happens to be the goddess of love, Venus, will be going backwards. So once every year and a half or so, Venus likes to travel backwards in the sky for a few selected weeks. She will be doing that over the course of this summer of 2015 at the very top of your chart. So in a bigger way, really in every area of life, you are thinking about where it is that you are going. You're thinking big picture, you're thinking life purpose, you're thinking career accomplishments, moving towards a greater sense of stability and respect as well. In the context of love, these are going to be attributes that you are likely to demand from a given partner. Now, where it is that there have been issues swept under the rug, where you feel like there hasn't been a lot of respect, where you feel like this person and the way that they understand life and the purpose of life is really going in a whole other direction than I am, this is going to be your chance to air things out, to be honest with yourself, be honest with that other person as well. And where it is appropriate, allow healing and forgiveness to take place. Well, look, healing and forgiveness always is appropriate, always, always. However, where it is appropriate, that healing and forgiveness will come about by reconciling and bringing things together, or will come about by you deciding that you want to go in another direction. Now, do keep in mind, whether you're in a relationship or you're dating somebody, changes that happen during a Venus retrograde, what begins during a Venus retrograde, or what seems to end, what happens in a Venus retrograde, tends not to be the final word, tends not to be the complete picture. So given that this is the ruling planet of your opposite sign, given that this move is going to be so important in just about every area of life, I do just want to caution you against, or at least say to you, to be a little measured to the best of your ability, because you might change your mind. Okay, that's what it comes down to, or you might gather more information. And so especially where it comes to you being like, wow, you are on a whole other path, I'm not going in that direction, and you saying, okay, bye, because your purpose is over there and mine is over here, you may realize after the fact that actually that partner that seemed so different from yourself actually is helping you move in the direction that you are meant to go in. There also can be some sort of arbitrary dismissing people. So if you're dating somebody or open to meeting somebody new, this is your chance to really allow yourself to get a more complete picture of this person. So rather than, and possibly, especially if you're open to dating somebody, I mean, Venus retrograde is infamous for past loves coming back into the picture as well. Now, if you are dating somebody, or even if you're single, we do also have Chiron continuing to move through the part of the sky that has to do with dating and romance and the feelings of aliveness that being in love provide, and flirtation as well. And so these experiences ultimately are those that end up being deeply healing to you. And if it is a part of your deep healing to attract back into your life somebody from the past, that will take place. Now, do keep in mind though, with this, very often what ends up happening is you attract somebody back into your life and you realize, oh wow, okay, I understand why it is that that didn't work out. But you may also attract back into your life and realize that, oh wow, we really let something go that really mattered. Now let's go into the future much more stronger. But do keep in mind with a Venus retrograde, you're not seeing the complete picture where it comes to dating or getting to know somebody. You're not going to get a complete perspective. And so pace yourself, allow yourself to give yourself that time. When Venus goes retrograde, she is closest to the earth that she generally is. So passions are really high. We're getting swept away, caught up in romantic feelings, and it can be really nice and it can be a whole lot of fun. And just because you're not getting that complete picture doesn't mean that this can't be something that ends up being with you for the long haul, ends up being something really fabulous for the big picture of your life. However, it does mean that you are not going to necessarily, it may not be advised for you to run off and get married to somebody you met during Venus retrograde within 2 weeks of meeting them, just because things might really change in a very significant way for you. And you realize a little bit further once Venus goes direct, oh wow, you are not the person that I thought I married, that I thought I knew after 2 weeks of meeting you. It happens. And Venus retrograde is notorious for bringing in whirlwind romances. And on the other side of it, people saying, what was I thinking? What was that about? However, it needn't be that way. As I said, it can also be a time when you meet somebody and it might not even be intentional, but you're not seeing things as clearly, and they may not be seeing things as clearly either. And then after the fact, there's some details to iron out. Now, Venus retrograde, notoriously not a good time to get married. So I would say, unless you're marrying the same person again, try to avoid a summer wedding this year. I gotta say, I gotta be honest with you guys. With Venus retrograde, Venus will enter shadow. I don't know if I gave you these dates. I know I did in the general focused horoscope, but Venus will enter shadow in June, will retrograde late July into August, will go direct in September and into October. So really, I am one who counts the shadow periods as also being just as important as the retrograde periods. And so not a good time to get married. But it is a good time for you to be learning much more about yourself and love, and being more honest with yourself about what you really want, what you're really going for in the context of love. Those of you who are open to a new relationship might find yourself meeting somebody who in some way represents where it is that you desire to go in life. So they may be somebody that you perceive as being successful or accomplished, someone that has achieved something that you respect as well. And so if you should attract possibly even somebody a little bit older than yourself, very willful and dynamic. And so if that should be the case, again, it's Venus retrograde. You might not be seeing things as they actually are. So allow yourself to learn as you go, but also just really enjoy yourself. Because ultimately, it's all about our learning. It does look like it's set to be a really important year for you in the context of love. I love this year for you in the context of love, because there's lots of healing on offer, lots of growth on offer, lots of change on offer as well, and lots of clarity as well. Seeing things that surprise you within yourself, seeing things that make you go, oh wow, I didn't know I wanted that. I didn't realize that I don't really want to get married, or I didn't realize that I actually do want to get married. I didn't realize that this is what love would entail, or that I could be this way in a relationship. But now that I see it, I like it very much. And that's really what it comes down to. You realizing that there's something within you that is very valuable that you bring to the table, and that there is something within you that you can respect, and also ask that your relationships match what you believe that you deserve. When you connect to that healthy sense of self-love, that healthy sense of understanding where you're going to find that your love life matches that. You're going to find yourself very pleasantly surprised at how deeply you are able to love, and how much love can change you, especially by helping you see yourself with much more loving eyes.